Welcome back to the Avattack. I'm your host, Prescott Chambers. Team USA men's and women's hockey teams bring home the gold with Jack Hughes scoring the golden goal in overtime for the men's team. And the Avs set the tone for the end of the season in this game, 56 of 82 in Salt Lake City, Utah against the Mammoth. I did indeed use the Olympic break to my advantage as me and my soon-to-be wife have moved to a new apartment to start a new chapter in our lives, and we're still kind of getting unpacked and whatnot, so this is the only backdrop you get. The Avalanche have made a big trade with defenseman Samuel Girard. La Tornade will be going to the Pittsburgh Penguins along with a 2028 second round pick in return for defenseman Brett Kulak. I think Kulak is going to fit right in with this Avs team, and I feel like our defensive coaching staff will round out his skills really nicely. I'm sure that's not going to be the last big trade we see before the deadline. Nathan MacKinnon is listed as out, but don't be too alarmed as he is just out for some extra rest, and because he took kind of a bigger hit in Milan, and they just want to make sure he's safe to play following that. This is the first game back following the 2026 Winter Olympics and the first of an away home back-to-back. Colorado is sitting with a record of 37-9-9 entering this game and are still first in the league, with Tampa slowly creeping up on them. The Mammoth are fourth in the Central with a record of 30-23-4 heading into this one. Starting goalies were Karel Vejmelka and Scott Wedgwood. Period one. This one starts fast with the guys who've had a 3-week break getting some rust knocked off. We see some good chances. At under 10 minutes in, Brock Nelson is able to tip one in, but after a very long review by the linesman, it gets disallowed. We get a good amount of back and forth. At 18:54, Devon Taves gets called for tripping, giving the Utah Mammoth their first power play. The Avs kill the first half and head to the second with just under a minute to kill, and a score of 0-0. Period two, we start to get the score going on this one. At 3:26, Parker Kelly puts one past Vejmelka to put the Avs on the board first, assisted by Brent Burns and Josh Manson. It's 1-0 Avalanche. Then at 9:13, Victor Olofsson scores one with help from Sam Malinsky and Parker Kelly to make it 2-0 Colorado. At 10:23, Gabriel Landeskog gets called to the box for holding. And at 10:49, Dylan Guenther puts one in on the power play with assist from Mikhail Sergachev and Clayton Keller. It's now 2-1. At 12:20, Brock Nelson scores his 30th goal on the season for the fourth time in his career. Assists coming from Gabe Landeskog and Marty Necas. It's 3-1 Avs. Then 60 seconds later, at 13:20, Dylan Guenther scores his second of the game, assisted by Jack McBain and Logan Cooley to make it 3-2. At 16:14, Jack McBain takes a tripping call, giving Colorado their first power play of the game. And at 17:17, Marty Necas slaps one to the back of the net on a one-timer with assists from Cale Makar and Valeri Nichushkin. It's now 4-2 Avalanche. At 19:24, Marty Necas gives the Mammoth their third power play on a hooking call. The Avs kill the first 30 seconds, and after 6 goals in the second, we sit with a score of 4-2 Colorado heading into the third. Period 3. 18 seconds in, Josh Manson gets called for tripping, adding 2 minutes on to the minute and a half we had remaining on the Necas penalty. The Avs kill. At 3:43, Ross Colton draws a slash and Colorado's second power play. The Mammoth are able to kill that one. Utah is fighting for another goal, but the Avs aren't letting up. This one stays carrying a good pace, and both teams have great opportunities. At 14:20, Colorado takes a too many men penalty that is served by Ross Colton. Then at 15:15, Arturi Lehkonen draws a tripping penalty, giving us a short 4-on-4. Utah kills off the Avs power play. With just under 2 minutes, Utah pulls Veggie for the extra attacker, but it's not quite enough, and after 3 periods of hockey, the final score for this one is 4-2 Avalanche. Overall, it's like they never even took a vacation. Still just as dominant, and kept it a 2-goal game pretty much all the way through, and all without Nate Dogg. So Brett Kulak looked right at home in the burgundy and blue. There's only 26 games remaining, which is insane, and they're virtually guaranteed a playoff spot. It would take a historic collapse of epic proportions to have them fall out of playoff contention. So it's a nice feeling heading towards the end of the season and not really having to worry about anything. The next game of this back-to-back will have us back in Denver to take on the Wild, who are currently third in the Central and also coming for our throats. So let's be prepared for that. But until then, as always, I'm your host, Prescott Chambers, for the Av Attack. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one.